Hello, friends. As we move through this Holy Week and we find ourselves entering Holy Saturday, I'm reminded of my very first time leading a church through Holy Week as a pastor. There was so much joy, excitement, and enthusiasm leading up to Holy Week. We were transforming parts of our church property, such as 6,000 square feet of rat-infested ivy, into a community organic garden. We were going through the 7 stages of grief as a part of a Lenten series. So we were tying music with each one of the 7 stages. And then it happened. We lost 5 people right before Holy Week. On the morning of Palm Sunday, one of the happiest Sundays of the year, we lost 2 people. Just before the opening prayer, I was informed that we had lost one of our great patriarchs in the church, a man who I'd seen, he and his family, that morning. And we moved through the service, and we got to the benediction. And just before the benediction, a man leaned over my shoulder and told me that we had lost one of the great matriarchs of the church. I could only slouch in my chair of all of the loss happening all at once. Due to the stress and the overwhelming amount of work and a small amount of time, our office administrator just was a no-show. We had 2 volunteers crawling all over the office, trying to put together the final details of the memorial services, put together all the bulletins for the services and the memorial services, all of the stress of that moment. And then came Saturday of Holy Week. I was mad. I had so many doubts and frustrations at that point. As you look through church history, various traditions say that on Holy Saturday is when Jesus goes into the deepest parts of hell and brings people up. But for me, Holy Saturday is much more than that, where we all have an invitation to go into the deepest, most painful, the darkest parts of our human experience. I was way past the excitement and enthusiasm of spring. I was way past all the excitement of this new ministry that I was in. I was over the fact we were going through the 7 stages of grief in a series because I was living them at that moment. On Easter Sunday, the happiest Sunday of the year, I wasn't in the church getting all the Easter lilies set up. I wasn't ensuring everything was perfect. I wasn't in Sunday school. I was behind a locked door in my office, crying, full of doubt, frustrations, and in a lot of pain. Our worship leader knocked on the door and asked if I was going to be joining her for Easter Sunday worship. And I said, yes, I'm coming. And as I entered the sanctuary, I could feel the wind hitting my eyes that were bloodshot. And I could just hold my head down. I had difficulty seeing the resurrection. I had difficulty seeing hope, light, and love. I could only see death and destruction and loss. Holy Saturday is about sitting in between Good Friday and Easter Sunday. It's about holding the excitement and the enthusiasm alongside fear and pain. It's about living the 7 stages of grief, all within moments of each other. It's about being mad, in pain, having issues, and somehow thinking, I hope tomorrow is better. Holy Saturday is about having bloodshot eyes when you should be having tears of joy. It's about only seeing death and destruction when you're supposed to be the one leading people and holding it all together. Honestly, during this pandemic, it feels like a season of Holy Saturday. Gone is the excitement and the enthusiasm of spring. Gone are the connection points of church, of restaurants, of parties, of gyms. All those connection points are gone. Some of us are mad, in pain, having issues, and really waiting for the time when we can be together again. We have folks who are in care facilities that we cannot go see. We have 3 memorial services that are pending until we can gather once more. Truly, this is a season of Holy Saturday. I don't know when we're going to be able to get together again in person, but whenever we do, it will be Easter. It'll be a time where we can stand up and celebrate and shout from the mountaintops of Colorado Springs that Christ is risen indeed. We'll be able to join our hearts and our voices together to sing of God's grace and celebrate a table where all of us are truly welcome. And finally, in all these faithful actions, once more, we will be a movement for wholeness in a fragmented world here at First Christian Church. My hope and prayer is you have a meaningful, holy Saturday. And may you and all of us who are going through this season that is a Holy Saturday, may it take us one step closer to experiencing the resurrection of all things. First Christian Church is a church you've always hoped for, but never knew existed. And so on this Easter Sunday, we might not be searching for Easter eggs, but we'll be searching for signs of the resurrection, of the earth coming to life once more, of the community coming together once more and saying, Christ is risen indeed.